Hello, my lovable misfits and fellow survivors. I have something to discuss, and I hope you will continue the convo in the comments. Let's get to it. As I continue to explore this alpha and watch my fellow creators explore it through their own series, I've noticed a lot of things about it. Namely that it's a mixed bag and that people are just waiting on the modders so they can go back to playing their favorite overhauls, with the exception of a few. The first issue that seems to be popping up is progression. The learn by reading method has slowed crafting progression to the point where you will start finding better items to suit your playstyle long before you unlock it. I've experienced this. I've seen it time and time again with creator playthroughs. This is not an incentive for those with a craft-heavy playstyle to play the game. In a sense, it's not any incentive for loot-heavy playstyles either, since by day 14 they are struggling to find concrete for upgrading their bases simply because they can't find the books they need for a simple concrete mixer. I've said this in another video, but in trying to curtail having to spend points in perk trees people believe do not support their playstyles, they've made the problem worse. In order to find more books for crafting stations faster, you have to put points in that skill whether you want to or not. Cooking. Words cannot properly express the absurdity in the initial cook times unless you put a point in MasterChef. Not everyone prioritizes cooking, but this makes it mandatory unless you want to waste time you don't have making simple meals and drinks. Fragility. I am addressing both character and vehicle fragility. One hit, in most cases, and you're either bleeding, have a sprain, you're infected, or all of the above. I have seen guns, nerds, and steel in scrap armor get a bleed from one hit delivered from a feral. One hit, scrap armor. He's not the only one. Now, I am smart enough to know your vehicle will take damage when you hit something, and that different vehicles weather damage differently, but all the vehicles in the game seem to be made of tissue paper and not the good stuff. Before, the damage was negligible, but now you have to make sure you stick to designated roads unless you have enough repair kits for God and all his angels in heaven. Even in normal clears, it seems the fun pimps are taking lessons from POI makers as to the number of zombies they can pack in POIs. Not to mention having them spawn behind you. Like, what the fuck? I've already cleared what's behind me. How did you get back there? Let's talk about rewards and trader rep. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but it seems to me the higher tier rewards don't look too great. What is the motivation to do a tier 4 or 5 when the trader reward is a letdown? I find it a little annoying that I have to start from tier 1 when I open a trade route or just find another trader. Can't we just start with the tier that opened up the quest? Hear me out. If you leave Bob at tier 2 and he sends you to Jen, why can't we start with tier 2 quests with Jen? Why can't Jen send us to another trader when we get to tier 3 with her to do tier 3 quests with a new trader? That would be more of an incentive to progress in the world. Still no linear progression. Oi! Fun pimps. There should be no feasible way a tier 6 Stone Age weapon should be better than a tier 1 iron. It's friggin' stone or bone. Fix it. This is stupid. It's the same. I've heard this from a lot of creators, and after you get past the new mechanics, it's the same old rinse and repeat as the previous alphas. Without a storyline to follow, it's just looting, questing, and preparing for a horde that's penciled you in for dinner every 7 days at 2200. Yes, I love this game, and I know it sounds like I don't, but it's the ones who love the game that often complain the most. Why? Because we know how great this game can be, but it just keeps falling short. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. I'd like to take this time to thank you, the viewer, and my supporters whose names are on the screen for watching this video. If you liked it, there's a like button down there, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified every time there's an upload. There's also a video down below here in the bottom left hand corner as a suggestion, as well as a couple of places that you can click to subscribe. As I always say, behave my lovable misfits, and if you can't behave, at least be good at it.